When I speak to men, a lot of the men will tell me, yeah, I was dating this one girl and, she did this and it's just crazy. I never had a girlfriend like that before. Or, Mary Jo, why would she react this way? And so I thought it would be helpful for just some general things that I list for you to understand about women. Knowing these things up front will help you be a better partner. And not only that, but it will help you worry less about who this woman is, what she's thinking, are you doing the right thing? When I give you this list, it does not mean your girlfriend is going to fit exactly into this, but just be more sensitive that it's probably more possible she'll think like this. I look at this general list and there's things about this list that don't describe me. I'm not like that. But of course, on any general list, it's important to remember, although I don't have all of them specifically, I have the brain biology that can create them more. And men and women are different. Guys have an XY, women have two X's. That makes us different than you in the way we think. Our prefrontal cortex is more developed. It's larger than most men's, and because of that, we have a tendency to ruminate more. We think more, and we think more when you aren't communicating. So more women than not are going to want to hear from you more often. They want a text. If they don't get a text or they don't hear from you, their mind starts going. If they have negative thoughts, it'll go in a negative way. If they have more positive thoughts, which isn't more common, then they may think more positive thoughts. But the bottom line is you can curb both of those if you're able to just text more frequently or call or get a hold of them, message them so they know you're there and you're thinking about them. Don't use women for sex. When you use women for sex, they equate that with the way women use you for money. You don't like it. They don't either. And so when you use them for sex, they usually will leave you. And then the next guy, they'll clump into this group of men that all men think about is sex. So he'll have to go through all the hurdles to prove that he's just not into sex. The way you show that you just want him for sex is you have sex with them, and then it's like you conquered something and you're less attentive and you give them less notice. They feel replaced or they feel dismissed by you. Don't tell women how you think they're so beautiful or sexy. No woman wants to hear that. We hear that all the time. We hear that from each other too. And so that's the last thing. It's the obvious. Talk about our minds. Talk about our personality. Talk about what we're good at, what we give to others, what you see that makes us different. Tell us what you think or feel. Women are processors. The way they process is they don't want your answers. They want how you feel. They want to get into your world, into your head. They're not trying to be invasive, not trying to manipulate you. They're trying to understand you. That's very important for women. We have broader minds. We're thinking about a lot of things. Our focus is not like a laser beam, like what testosterone does to you. It's broader, and it has a lot of connections that you can never fathom where those are leading our thoughts. Don't let a couple of bad experiences with unworthy girls turn you into a jerk. Remember, you are finding a girl that you can work with, that you can be a team with, that you can trust. And so when you act like a jerk, they're going to make a decision. You're not a safe person for them. And women want a safe person at the end of the day. They don't want a doormat. They don't want a passive person, but they want someone they can be safe with. Women like good guys, but they want the guy to have an edge. As I said earlier, they don't want a passive doormat. They want a man who's good, who has morals, who has integrity, who will stand up to a boundary and protect it. That is what they want, because then they know that if they're with you, they will assume some of that protection, some of that safe place. A lot of girls are enticed by bad boys, but they don't really want a relationship with them where they're having kids with them. If they do, then more than likely they're comparing that bad boy to a chaotic family that they had, and that is a kindredness. Doesn't mean they're mentally healthy. It means they are in love with someone who reminds them from the chaotic family drama they left in their other family. Most of the women want romance. They want someone that they can fall into, who will take care of them, who they can escape with, feel romantic, feel pretty, and have a wonderful, safe evening. When you're in a relationship, you have to keep the romance going. Romance is surprise. Romance is the ability to love that person and find simple things that make them feel like you notice them. A woman always wants you to be there for them. They want you to have their back. They're into sex with guys, but they're more into emotional connection. Sex alone will not keep a woman. She understands she can get that anywhere. What keeps her is an emotional connection. So if you don't have good communication skills, you're going to have to build those fast. You're going to have to start working on them, working on your word vocabulary, working on identifying what feeling you feel when you're disappointed, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, what triggers you. That's important to keep a relationship thriving long term. We don't want to feel and know we don't want to feel and know that the only words you know are a couple. Show your love with actions. Show your love with words. So you need, as I said earlier, to extend your vocabulary. Women know how it is when a guy says, I love you, but then they act the exact opposite. And they're watching for that. They've been trained to watch for that. So if you get to the point where you say, I love you, your actions have to follow that. You can't be wishy-washy, can't be hypocritical. This is one reason betrayal often leads for women for it to be over. Because you told them you loved them, your actions did not follow that plan, and they can't tolerate that. They're looking, if they're serious about dating, they're looking for someone they can trust raising children with, and that's an important thing. Keep putting in effort. There is an invisible load that women carry. It's the managing, it's all the chores, it's childcare. As much as you can when you're dating, take 50% of all that, maybe even a little bit more in some areas, like the home, like the housework, anything you can fix, heavy lifting, anything like that, that's on you. I mean, basically, you have to carry the load. You have to do a little bit more in the areas you can, so that when you do defer to her, she won't feel like she's doing everything. Once you know you're genuine, sex is going to feel much better with you for her. So what she's trying to get to as quickly as she can is, are you the real deal? Or are you just playing me? Is this just a hookup? Or am I just a stand-in for something else? And she will get there quickly, probably quick. You may know ahead of time, but she will figure it out, and she won't stay. Women just, especially if they're intentional dating, they won't have that. Basically, I think it's important that you work on the desire, that you understand women have desire too, but the way a woman finds desire is for you to be more vulnerable, more open with what you're feeling, so she has the full connection emotionally, and then her physical desire for you will go up. Communication is extremely important. And where I know there's a lot of books about talk less, fight less, all of that, that is not true for women. I don't know who wrote the book, but women need to talk things out. They like that. unless you're just babbling all the time and nothing changes, that's something that of course nobody would like. But I think it's important that you're able to sit down to move toward each other to fix things when you need to. Women want security. They like it when they see your dominant side, it turns them on, but they also like it when you're sensitive. That turns them on as well. And women need affection. More than adoration or you telling them how attractive they are, they need your attention. They need every day for you to look at them and say, I see you and I am grateful for you. If you were able to come to that point in a relationship with a woman and you were able to be vulnerable with her and still make her feel protected and safe, she would do anything for you. I see it every day in my office. And so this is important for you to know up front before you start dating. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.